I tell you this. Kyrie's not the head coach. He's not a LeBron James type of player. But there's a person above him, and his name is Brad Stevens, the head coach. If you see that Kyrie's taking bad shots, what do you do in practices? What do you do in film sessions? Sometimes, I don't know about you guys. You see, a lot of videos, flash on the screen. These guys having shooting competitions at the practice center, having a good time, whatever. Get your ass in the trenches and try to fix stuff that's going on with the team.
But what about right there in that moment in the game? Like, if you
still got to coach.
Exactly.
You got to
I feel like as a coach, you need to coach in that moment, not just when it's over.
And
I feel like
this is the problem with Brad this year.
Listen,
it seems a lot of times he's not coaching, and these guys are going up and down the court, doing, in a sense, sometimes whatever they want. They have possessions where they'll just shoot nonstop, clank, clank, miss, brick, nothing. They'll call timeout. They'll come out from timeout and do the same thing again with no change. You mean to tell me, look, I just coached 7th and 6th grade boys this year, basketball team, not no NBA players. And I saw sometimes in games they shoot. I call timeout as the coach, and I tell fellas, we need to get to the basket. How hard can that? Are you scared of your players? Is Brad Stevens scared of Kyrie? Is Brad Stevens scared of Tatum? Is Brad Stevens scared of Horford? To tell these dudes who have the ability and skill to take somebody off the dribble. Or if you're not taking off somebody off the dribble, Horford has showed he's a great pick setter. You have a big body in Baines. Easy pick and roll, simple basketball where someone can attack the basket. Where is that with the Celtics team?
It seems like in this series that the Celtics don't have a play where they can just get a bucket. Usually you think about any Celtics teams in the past, they have a set play. Okay, things aren't going well. Let's just go to our go-to play. Nice pick and roll action. Right. Get a quick bucket to get ourselves going. You see, it's like the Celtics don't have that with this personnel.
They don't have a go-to play to do.
And
to score.
With all this talent,
we need to score right now.
That's stupid. It doesn't make sense how that should happen. Marcus Morris cannot be your second best player on the team. He can't.
What he was last year for this team was excellent. He was a bigger version of Marcus Smart in a sense.
Right. Come in, give you energy. But if you're asking so much now out of Marcus Morris, you're having Jaylen Brown take 2 roles ahead of that he needs to be taken. Gordon Hayward, we already told you how basura he is. He should stay on the bench. Semi Ojeleye, Terry Rozier. The bench guys haven't giving you
Terry Rozier got to go.
Haven't given you a thing.
We talked about that.
He gotta go.
And to the point, Stevens doesn't even play him no more. He only
especially now that Smart's back.
He's got like I believe 12 minutes the last game. And the thing that really hurt me last game 4, I already knew the series was over. I told Mike already game 3 was going to determine to me who was going to win that series. But game 4, you finally get Giannis and Chris Middleton.
That stretch of the game, bro.
You get them in foul trouble, and the game is tied. Mind you, you were already up by 11. But fine, the game is tied. Middle of the third quarter, Giannis goes on the bench. Chris Middleton goes on the bench. You have everyone ready to go. This is where you separate. Great teams smell blood in the water. Celtics are not a great team. They not only they did not compete against their bench, their B squad, they lost the lead. They went on a 17-7 run with George Hill and Pat Connaughton.
Marv is so passionate.
Bledsoe was getting but the thing is, if you look at how they were playing, it wasn't like Bledsoe or George Hill were knockdown shooters coming down, hit big threes. Connaughton had a couple big shots. But George Hill was getting to the basket.
George Hill was killing.
Eric Bledsoe getting to the basket.
Defense was another issue.
Like, I know a lot of things coming out of game 3 or something, or game 2 about the fouls and the refs. You watch the game, you're like, okay, yeah, the refs foul, but at the same time, something that I've heard a lot and I've had a lot of conversations, everything the Bucks were doing in terms of, yes, the Celtics don't have anybody built like Giannis. They don't. But all Giannis was doing pretty much was getting to the basket and drawing contact. Could you say some of the fouls shouldn't have been fouls? Yes. But at the end of the day, you get to the basket and draw contact, the refs are going to blow the whistle. But for some reason, let me not curse on this show. For some reason, If you watch the games, Gordon Hayward, Rozier, some of these guys, they will get to the basket, Marv. Elevate. Hayward. They will elevate in the air. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid, but I've always heard if you jump in the air with the ball in your hand, you better be shooting the ball. You better not be passing that ball.
And every time
Gordon Hayward and Rozier will get to the basket, drive, get by their man, and get to the basket and turn in the air to pass the ball to the 3-point line. When I tell you I want to jump through the TV screen and smack something.
No, that's
But again, that's another instance
it.
right there. That example right there.
Say
I
it.
feel like as a coach,
Thank you.
If you see
Thank
that
you.
happening and
T-Mac,
they're at the basket,
thank you.
need to be telling them, listen, take that shot. Don't pass it out to
Brad
the shoot a
Stevens.
three.
You know what Brad Stevens going to say?
Good job, good pass,
Hey,
good
that's
effort.
a good look there. That's a good look there. Good
because
pass.
it's a 3-point shot that they're getting instead of the 2.
Gordon
But they're
Hayward,
not.
there's some stat out there like Gordon Hayward being like all-time one of the best, one of the best percentages at the free throw line in the playoffs. But for some reason, he's not getting to the. If you look at the Celtics in the free throw numbers, 17th. Kyrie Irving is 17th with 5 free throw attempts per game in the playoffs. 17th with 5. This is Kyrie Irving, greatest handle in the league, maybe the league's ever seen, could get by anybody. He says he could get a shot anytime. 5 free throw attempts per game, playing 30-something minutes a game. And the next person on that list, all the way down, is Jason Tatum at ranked 31st with 4 free throw attempts per
All
game.
right, we got to take a second, guys. We got a lot of comments going in. I definitely want to get to everybody in there, or at least most of the people. So let's take it to the comments and see what everybody else is saying, because it's getting hot in here. It's a lot going on.
So comments are booming. Sorry, we can't get to everyone. I'm just gonna read off a couple things that I see here. Duel 93 says Baines needs to play more. Baines is the only guy who can guard Giannis. He can't guard Giannis, but he
can slow him down.
He definitely needs to be in there more, and he gives out effort. He's one of the guys that who's not gonna sulk. That's another thing that's been pissing me off.
Throwing the towel.
That's Jason Tatum.
They give up.
Jason Tatum. I don't know what the hell happened to him this year, because I'm not even going to talk about the playoffs, because I've been seeing it ever since the All-Star break.
I remember you saying that.
Tatum has gotten softer than tissue paper, and to the point where he's demoralized out there. It looks like he doesn't. You can watch him. If there's a time you just watch Tatum with Kyrie's on the court, he'll run to the corner to the 3 and just stand there. Won't attack the basket for offensive rebound. Won't call for the ball. It's like he's not even there. He does nothing on the offense whatsoever. And then when he gets the ball, he's not playing well to begin with. And this is a guy that we all said could be an all-star this year. We know how offensively gifted he is, but he hasn't been able to show it. So then, if your shots are not going down, that's okay.
Affect the game in other ways.
Still play.
Show me something. Go attack. Get the boards. Defensively, Tatum is trash. And I finally get to say it. Tatum is not a good defensive player. I'm tired of people trying to cover it up, say, oh, the system did. Tatum's not good at defense. It's plain and simple. Watch what George Hill does to Tatum every single time. George Hill sees Tatum in a pick or a switch and attacks the rim, and it's on Tatum. And it's so bad. This guy's 6'9", lengthy, long arms, should be able to be a decent defensive player.
Are you going to blame any of that on age, though?
No, not no more. If you're not good at defense, you're not good at defense.
You just don't got it.
You can put effort, though. Jaylen Brown, he's not the greatest defensive player, but you see he
that's
takes
one
the
guy
challenge.
I can't complain about his effort every game. I can't complain about it. In some instances, he's the second best scorer on the team.
He goes after you. You remember last year against the Bucks, against the Cleveland Cavaliers. No Gordon Hayward, no healthy Gordon Hayward, no Kyrie Irving. The catalyst was Jaylen Brown. Every first quarter, he'd get the ball and he'd go attack. Something that's missing from this Celtics team, the word attack. He'd attack, he'd get everything going. And this year, he's had a similar role. Once he's come off the bench or if he's starting due to injury, he's attacking and he gets the Celtics going. He's been making his threes at a consistent rate in the
sure
playoffs.
has.
Like he wants it.
Yeah.
And I don't see that want with Tatum. Tatum's too lackadaisical for me. He's too
don't see that one
he's
with a
too
lot of the
lazy.
players.
So how are you getting coached up? Because another comment, whether it's the coach or a leader,
a few more comments
and our
then.
guy
It's a lot.
Daniel just came in and said, the Celtics need a better leader on the floor, and Kyrie hasn't been that. Now, that goes back to me saying 50-50. The coach can do so much, but when the game starts going and guys are going up and down the course, when it's a dead ball, you ever see there's a dead ball and they call the plays? One player will say, hey, let's gather up real
Usually
quick.
that's Horford.
Somebody, maybe Kyrie isn't that guy, but at the same time, it starts with your coach. And I still look at the age sometimes saying, well, maybe these guys are still young. They've had a lot of experience. I don't know how much longer, because next year when
It's not an excuse
when
anymore.
Tatum's turns,
I'm not- keep saying
I'm
that,
not using
yeah.
age
when
as
Brown's
excuse at all.
23
It's like-
and Tatum's 21, how many more times are we going to say, well, they're still young guys? Like, we can't use that anymore. They've had a lot of NBA experience under their belt at an early age in the NBA. So it's time for something to somebody got to step up. And I mean,
It's
look at
over.
more-
Step up where?
Let's look at
You
more
got-
comments.
So
Mike,
we
you
know
still
Marv
talking-
ain't got no hope for the
You guys still
Celtics.
talking like this is a series. I'm so
Mike
confused.
still-
So you're not watching
He's not
tomorrow
gonna-
night,
Oh,
Wednesday
I'ma
night? Sorry.
watch, and I'm going to. This was gonna happen. I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna pray that the Bucks just take us out. Take us out, because I know what's gonna happen to me. They're gonna go to Game 6. Now it's like, oh my goodness, Celtics may have. Everyone's gonna get riled up, and if they beat the Celtics again at home, that hurt. That feeling that everyone's going to have,
Gonna be
because
crushed.
they had a little glimpse of hope. There's no hope. The team Celtics showed me that they know that the Bucks are a better team than them. They shown it. When this Bucks go on a run, they lose it.
Can't counterattack.
They lose it. They don't show no fight. They're down by 10 in the NBA in 2019. Down by 10 is nothing. Teams go on runs like this. Celtics can't do it. The two best players, Chris Middleton, Giannis, were on the bench, and they got beat by some scrubs.
All right. So since this might be the last time we talking about the Celtics, because I think a lot of people feeling that Wednesday night it's going to be over. I know the one thing that's come up in the comments consistently is Kyrie going or staying. Kyrie going or staying. Has this series...
Marv, you never gave your opinion on that. If you agreed or thought that
Is Kyrie
was
going
gonna stay
or is he
go.
staying?
Because you know why? Because I don't give a damn.
Sheesh.
I don't know. Listen, you ain't gotta talk to me like I did it to you. I was just asking a question.
I don't. Honest.
I got a question for
My
y'all.
fault. My fault.
You see, you
My
and
fault.
Mike, y'all today,
It's
y'all
'cause of
really on it.
My fault. I just don't
Do
care.
you think the
You
Celtics
don't care if
need
Kyrie Irving
Kyrie?
stays on the Celtics or
Celtics
leaves the Celtics?
They don't need Kyrie.
Mike, do you think the Celtics need Kyrie?
Yes. I still do. I
I
still
like
do.
how you guys are always opposites sometimes.
I mean,
That's what-
it's a good, great sports debate. I think if Brad Stevens really takes over as a head coach and takes control of this team, I think Kyrie can still work fine. Yes, he talks like people look at Kyrie, and I think a lot of it is he says a lot of dumb stuff to the media, and he comes off as arrogant and confident. But if you look at him playing on the floor, he had a great season. Other guys around him need to step up. Like, are you going to say Kyrie's a ball? I don't see Kyrie as a ball hog or something like that. Like this series, yes, he's taken a lot of bad shots, but over the course of the whole year, I don't think Kyrie was that detrimental to the team as a whole. I think Brad Stevens did not do a good job coaching the basketball team. Kyrie's a great player on a team that wasn't coached well this season. That's how I feel.
I think.
So you do think the Celtics need Kyrie?
I think Mike
star
doesn't
player.
hold Kyrie as accountable as he should. Kyrie is the leader of this team.
Absolutely.
But Kyrie himself doesn't hold himself accountable.
That
either.
That is true, too.
That's true. That's
a lot
very
of people
true.
say that he never steps up and say, "Hey, this is on me." He doesn't even take
like-
accountability himself. So it's hard for him to. It's hard to see him as such a good leader when he's not taking.
He's
that
not a good leader.
accountability.
I think everyone could agree that Kyrie's not a good leader. I mean, let's take the leadership role out of it and just talk about how he could be a baller. Because right now in this series, he has been nowhere to be found.
This series, he was bad.
I said to Mike, T-Mac, you weren't here on this episode. Said to Mike, in order for the Celtics to win this series, Kyrie needs to be 30-plus points a game. He needs to be the best player on the court. Out of the 4 games, he has not been the best player once. The game 1, it was Horford. Then you could say Kyrie. Then the rest of the games have been Giannis. And Kyrie hasn't even shown up for half of them. He's just been breaking shots. So that's the formula. Kyrie needed to be the best. He needed to be the best on the court for the Celtics to move on. When the moment got big, let's say it, he just didn't show up.
Bad series. It sucks because if you look at the other star players in the league, the other star players in the playoffs right now, who can really say, Kyrie's at the bottom? We're talking Kyrie, put Kyrie on the Kyle Lowry, level of performances because he just hasn't been there.
Sheesh.
And I'm not saying Kyrie doesn't deserve blame. He does. The leader of the team, the best player on the team, best scorer on the team, he's going to take blame. He has to take blame because the stats will show it. He didn't show up. But there's a level above him in a sense, and that's the way the team was coached. And I feel like they weren't coached properly, not only just in this series against the Bucks, but all season long. Don't even look at Indiana. Indiana sucked. They're probably the worst team in the playoffs in general. So I'm not even going to look at Indiana, how the Celtics ran through Indiana, because like I said, half the games they won is talent, and the other half of the games, they just weren't shooting well, and that's because the coach never had another game plan. It seemed like Brad Stevens is one-dimensional because all he knows is shoot the ball, nothing else. So Kyrie going to stay, and I feel Kyrie can stay there, but Brad Stevens needs to spend this offseason looking in the mirror, whether you need to fire some of them boys on the coaching staff and bring in some new blood.
And hire me.
I don't know.
Shoot.
What you going to do?
I can coach,
I know a job you could do. I know a job you could do, T-Mac, if you want to be on the team.
Don't even say it. Do not.
I think.
What
Don't
job,
you?
Mike?
I know what he's gonna say.
What job,
and if
Mike?
you say it, you better go ahead and say
What
it.
job, Mike?
I think you could be a great job as a player analyst, and, helping out the development of the players, because you have a strong-minded personality.
You know what? I didn't think he was gonna say that.
Mike,
What'd you think he was gonna
jeez,
say?
what you think I was
thought
going to say?
that he was gonna say cheerleader.
What kind
I
of?
thought he was gonna say I should be a cheerleader.
It's 2019,
T
T-Mac.
I'm glad you said that. I
Come on
appreciate
now.
that because now I don't have to put my hands on you. I'm happy you said that.
Oh boy,
Because you and him y'all been going at it this whole show. But before
Weren't you a cheerleader before?
I was.
Oh, you got
That's why I thought he was
experience.
gonna-
Oh,
You might.
Oh.
That's why I thought
You
he was
owe
gonna
me an
say
apology.
that. That's why I
you
thought
owe
he
me an
was gonna-
apology.
I don't owe you nothing. Anyways, before we wrap up with this, our last and final say so, are we counting the Celtics out? Marv clearly is. Mike
Celtics
still
fans.
has hope.
Celtics.
There's another game to be played
I'm not
Wednesday
going to
night.
throw in the towel just
There's another
yet.
game to be played Wednesday night. That's
It
what.
is.
That's it.
All I'm saying, Celtics fans, just listen to me. Listen. Just understand that the series is over. And watch it with peace. I want you guys to be in peace like I'm in peace.
Oh,
This series didn't hurt me as much as because I already knew what this Celtics team was. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. I don't want that to happen to
I feel like miracles
y'all.
can happen. And
See, I don't want you to have that
Look,
in your head.
all I'm gonna say is
Just watch the game.
Marv is set in stone that it's over.
possible.
All I'm gonna say is there's another game to be played, and until the final buzzer goes off in the fourth quarter, or whatever, and it's the end of regulation, that's all I could go off of. As a fan of the team, I'm not gonna sit here and put the hammer down on this. Yes, I feel like it's over, but I need to see the game be played out.
you never
That's
know.
all it is.
You never know.
I'll be watching.